Well, hello there. It's Beards and Bangers, and today you join me with a car that I acquired a few weeks ago, but we're going to give you a little bit of an update and a plan into Penny the Streetwise.
Welcome to Beards and Bangers.
So as you may remember, I have been after a diesel Streetwise for quite a while, and a few weeks ago I was lucky enough to acquire one from Wales. So Streetwise, we know the history, we're not going to go into that today. This one's got the L series engine, which has got about 101 brake horsepower, or certainly did when it was in the factory, but has a massive, I think it's 240 newton meters of torque. So whilst it's, it's absolutely fine to modern traffic, it just lacks a little bit of zip. So the plan with Penny is just to give her a bit of an upgrade. We're gonna reprogram the ECU. We're gonna do a few bits. I'm going to describe that in this video. Now, the first thing that happened last week was that a new exhaust was fitted. So I did buy a second-hand Yanspeed system, and it had the middle pipe and the rear box. But it turns out Penny had a straight middle pipe as it turned out, so we didn't have to change that. So it's just got a new back box on. You'll hear in a minute it's not as fruity as I thought it was going to be. This is a Yanspeed back box, and these especially on like a ZR160 will sound particularly mean, but it's certainly got a bit of a deep note. But yeah, so the exhaust's been done. We've done a little bit of a modification on the cat, but I'm going to show you under the bonnet now as to what is going to happen next. Right, so here we are under the bonnet of Penny. This is the L series unit. Obviously I haven't got a screwdriver, so I can't take the engine cover off, but the next step, so we've sorted the exhaust out, we've sorted the cat out. The next step is actually to remove the EGR, so the exhaust gas recirculation valve. Now, for those that don't know, basically what it does is it takes some gas from the exhaust system, it goes into a cooler and a filter, and then it's injected back into the inlet manifold. So you're actually injecting warm exhaust gas into your inlet side, which sounds counterintuitive, and it's obviously an emissions thing, but what it does do is it stifles the engine. So the EGR is down here somewhere. Can't quite see it. We will bring you the video. This is the plan. The next video is going to be actually removing it. So that's what's going to happen next. We'll need to do something with the DPF as well, and then obviously what's going to happen at some point is the ECU is going to be changed for one that puts out a little more horsepower. So yeah, about 101 brake horsepower is standard with these engines. I have seen examples getting sort of 160 brake horsepower, so whether we can get that or not remains to be seen. But yeah, that's Penny's. That's what we're going to do with the kind of induction side, and get a bit more power, get a bit more grunt, just make it a little bit more exciting to drive. Now that's that stage, and we'll bring you some footage on this when it happens. The other thing I need to do is to attack the bodywork. So the front bumper's going to come off. We can see here we've got a bit of bubbling, so a bit of bubbling there. It's the metal's actually quite solid, so I'm hoping we can just treat it and fill it and then flat it back. Got the same just about here. Bit of a crease in this door, but I'm not going to worry about that. And then round here, as I may have shown you in a previous video, we've got this crease, this rather unsightly crease in the front wing. So that we'll need to take the bumper off. We'll need to probably take the arch liner out and just get some heat on this, push it out, probably a bit of filler, and then flat it back. But yeah, but just looking around, everything else looks pretty solid. Just a couple of little places where the car doesn't look quite its best. We have got this quite dull roof. I think the lacquer has gone, so I think just polishing this back, we're going to need a bit more than that. But yeah, no, happy with the car so far. So that's the plan with the engine and the bodywork, and really that's about it. One thing we do need to do, and I'm struggling to find the material for this, is to replace the headlining. So of course, very typical of MGs and Rovers is these do sag. So, but I don't want to do any old headlining. I actually want a Star Wars headlining. So if anyone knows where I can acquire Star Wars headlining fabric, then please do get in touch, because I'd love to hear from you. So now we've changed the exhaust. The car's also, since I last brought you a video on this car, it's had a full service, so oil, filters. Yeah, I'm going to research whether to put the sort of Ram Air or K&N panel filter in here. It's got a standard MG Rover filter at the moment, but yeah, fresh oil, so it's had a decent service. I don't know when that was done. There's no history with the car whatsoever, and I will need to get the driver's seat patched up at some point. So I'm going to jump in, take her for a drive, and we'll see if it sounds any different, if it drives any different. Right, so starting up. It's not really that noisy, so I think, and I've taken Austin's advice on this, because of course he is the man with this kind of stuff, and he feels it's the EGR that's holding it back. So we are going to go for a cruise with the windows slightly open, just to so we can appreciate some of the noise if we get any. Obviously L series are quite loud engines anyway, so they're, you know, they are a rattly agricultural sounding engine, which is part of the reason I like them actually. We'll just get up into these lanes a bit and just see if those sort of hemmed in hedgerows give us that sound. We've certainly got a bit more zip. It's still not rapid, but it just feels like things have been freed off ever so slightly, which is good news. Because the one thing I'm keen for this car not to become is a major project. Obviously, it is a project, and it's going to feature on the channel as a project. But I don't want this to cost the earth. So the bodywork, for example, that's not going to the body shop. It's something that I'm going to do myself. Things like the EGR valve, all that gubbins, a bit trickier for me without a ramp, so I'll be getting Austin's help with doing that. That's pulling along quite nicely. That's a lot more. That's definitely more nippy than it was before. Just doing the exhaust and the cab has made that a lot more responsive. That's very nice actually, and it's not. It's actually quite nice that it's not hideously loud. Obviously it's going to get a bit louder in due course. So, but the great news is I've now got a spare middle pipe, so I'm going to hopefully get that to Simon from Smashing Pistons. And while I'm talking of Simon, I will give his rebranded channel a plug. So do head over to Smashing Pistons. I will put a link in the description below. That's Simon's channel. It's a bit of a rebrand because he's not just got the MGTF now, he's got a Rover 75 and he's got a Rover 216, so a mid-90s Rover 216. So please, if you don't already do so, head over to Smashing Pistons and see what Simon's got going on over there. That feels nice. Yeah, so going back to, so the centre section is going to go to Simon if he needs it, because he's going to put that on his 216, because that will undoubtedly need a new exhaust. It's probably been sitting around for quite some time, that car. So Penny, as I say, in the sort of summary of what's going to happen, a bit of tuning and tweaking with the engine, going to get that bodywork sorted out myself, so get it looking reasonably nice. Hopefully we can get some Goodwood green paint fairly easily. We'll need to look at the roof as well, whether that does have to be sprayed or whether it can be corrected remains to be seen, so look out for a video on that. So Yeah, I'm excited. The Streetwise had a quiet few weeks. Streetwise has been parked up at AJF, and I've been concentrating on other things. Lots of reviews, as you've seen, car shows. Obviously, that's going to continue. This car's going to the MG Rover post Abington Weekender up in Quorn, Leicestershire, this Sunday, the 20. What will it be? Not the 20th, but 17th, I think. 17th of July. Am I getting that date right? I don't know. I'm really bad with dates. No, yesterday was the 9th, so the 16th. So this car will be at the post Abington Weekender on the 16th of July. The post Abington Weekender though is going on the 15th and 16th, and places for camping are available. But yes, that's the plan with Penny. So she's going to this show. She'll be going to the festival and the Unexceptional. Obviously, she won't be anywhere near finished, so it'll be a rolling restoration. So I have to tell people that that's the plan for the car. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting stuck into this one. It's been a little while since we've had a real project. I think the 216 was the last one we had on the channel, so it'll be nice to have a bit of a project car going again. But yeah, hoping to do more reviews. But yeah, really pleased with Penny. Nice and economical. Husley has been parked up now for a couple of weeks just to give him a rest. He's been giving me some great service. But for now, thank you for watching. If you want to see what's going to happen with Penny the Streetwise and you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button. Please share these videos, please like them, and if you're really generous, then please join as a channel member and you get early access to stuff in this series on tuning a Streetwise. So thanks for watching. I'll see you again very soon on the next episode of Beards and Bangers. Goodbye.